dipped in pearly.
It's a pleasure to be here and good luck to everyone who uses it. And I'm not cutting a ribbon, I'm punching that one. Just punch it.
Running like the wind is Ewan Thomas's gift, but boxing, even for the cameras, underlines his passion for sport in general.
I find it quite sad nowadays that I call it the PlayStation Nation really, because when I was at school I'd have 4 or 5 PE lessons a week, do loads of out-of-school activities, and that's what got me into athletics, was my PE teacher, which you hear reports today at schools they hardly touch on it. So I think it needs to be done, and obviously with 2012 around the corner, you never know, there could be talent here today who uses this gym who could realise that potential and represent the country.
I think it's amazing because, like, at other gyms you don't get this chance because they're really all sort of built up for the adults, and this is like for us.
It just encourages people to get into sport and keep doing sport.
What's made you do this?
We wanted to do, especially with these centres, are very much family-based, but we wanted to do something aimed towards...
I couldn't really help, could I? I mean, I did what I could, but in the end, she just wore him down. Poor old Nigel.
Hello. Yes, I appreciate you're very busy, but I need to talk to the cardiologist. Yes, I received his message, but I'm concerned that Doris Jenkins was sent home without a proper diagnosis. No, I understand, but I've been trying to get her into hospital for months, and I really think... Well, when he does have a free moment, perhaps you could just ask him to call Dr. Kendrick. Thank you. Goodbye.
Come in.
Thank you. Mrs. Graham, thanks for coming in.
Not at all. It's nice to see you again.
Sit down, make yourself comfortable.
You said you had good news.
Yes, the courts have agreed to our argument. Given the circumstances of your husband's disappearance and where the car is found and your own limited resources, they've agreed to let you sell the house.
Thank goodness.
Of course, in case your husband is still alive, they have to protect his interests.
So, what does protecting his interests actually mean?
Okay. Half of the proceeds from the sale of the house will have to be held in a trust for him, after the costs and repayment of the mortgage balance, of course.
What happens to that and the rest of the money if he doesn't come back?
Well, after 7 years, you can apply for what we call a presumption of death. And then, given that he didn't make a will, the money would become yours.
I see.
Now, have you discussed any of this with your brother-in-law?
No, I didn't really want to. He doesn't have any legal claim on anything, does he?
No, but he has been your tenant.
Tenants pay rent, Mr. Woodson. He's never paid us a penny.
I see.
I'll tell him as soon as I get home. Everyone needs to know exactly where they stand.
What's all this?
Just some food.
We're supposed to be economising.
I thought I'd cook you a nice lunch. I've got some pork chops.
Oh, okay. Maybe just this once. There's no point in starving ourselves, is there?
And we can have a talk.
Dr. Kendrick. Yes. What? No, that's not possible. I mean, a heart attack. I see. I take it you've informed the next of kin. Right, well, I'd like to speak to the SHO, please. No, I want someone in charge. No, you listen! One of my patients has died because of your incompetence. I sent her to A&E yesterday, you sent her home. Now, someone is clearly at fault. I don't care about that. Just get him to call me. Thank you.
think it's great that George is coming back. But like you just said, working half the hours doesn't necessarily mean half the work. Surgery's usually pretty full on. That's true. Now, she's determined to come back next week for her brains to turn to custard. Her words, not mine.
Well, here's to... no, here's to all of you.
Thank you. My turn. Excuse me. Hello. Yes? Mr. Graham, the gentleman in the wheelchair. You sure?
Wow. That was great, thank you.
My pleasure.
I've made some notes.
About what?
Well, like you say, we have to start planning for the future. And since Nigel's left, we've both been in, like, well, limbo, haven't we? So now we should make some definite plans.
That sounds sensible.
Yeah. Since Nigel left, well, I think we've coped really well, don't you?
Well, I suppose.
I mean, if we can make some adjustments, you know, here and there, and cut back in a few places, well, there's no reason why things shouldn't work out really well.
And that's what you call moving forward, is it?
Well, Marcia, we have to be realistic about what we
I've
can...
got permission to sell the house.
What?
I went to see the lawyer today, Mr. Woodson. The court has said I can sell the house.
You want to get rid of me?
I want us to move on. I am not responsible for you.
And now you just want to throw me out into the street?
Of course not. It'll take us a long time to sell this house. You'll have plenty of time to find somewhere else. Tim, I understood why your brother wanted to take care of you. But that was his responsibility, not mine. And now that he's gone, there's no reason for us to be together. It's just circumstances.
Circumstances?
I'm sorry, but this is what I want. It's best for both of us.
Best for you, maybe, but don't you tell me what is best for me. Just look after number one, that's what you do best.
Mac, it's Peter.
Is everything all right?
It's Doris Jenkins. They took her back into hospital this morning. She died of a heart attack.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
I got her into A&E. The next thing I know, she's back home. Said it was nothing more serious than heartburn. I knew it was more serious, Mac. I told the paramedics. I tried to speak to the cardiologist myself. I did try.
Peter, listen. You can't blame yourself for this.
It was not your fault, and no one is blaming you.
These things happen.
No, Mac, this was a case of sheer incompetence. Doris had angina. The connection should have been obvious. Would you have sent her home?
Look, this kind of thing, it goes with the territory.
We all have to do our best for our patients.
And that's all we can do. Our best.
No, Mac. I failed her too.
Peter. Peter, do you want me to come over?
No, Mac, thanks. I need to think about a few things.
Nigel Graham.
I really should apologise for all the trouble I've caused you.
I take it you haven't come here for your holiday jobs? I'm guessing Colette has spoken to you.
She asked me to apologise.
Okay.
I'm sorry about the other day. I just thought you might open your mouth.
You still think I'm going to say something to your dad?
Are you?
I couldn't, even if I wanted to.
What, not even now that you two are...
It doesn't make